This was a film I created in the spring of 2000 when I was a student at the University of North Texas in Denton, Texas. My major in college was film, and I spent a lot of days on the UNT campus, focusing on films, hanging around Fry Street, just generally living that college life. And while I did a number of film projects, this one was one of my personal favorites as it was my first narrative film. Sandwich, the motion picture, was a comedy adventure film that focused on the adventures of Montana Jackson as he was searching for that perfect sandwich ingredient inside the refrigerator dimension. I handled most of the creative responsibilities on this film, directing it, writing it, filming it, and editing it. The only things I couldn't handle were the acting and the music for this one. The role of Montana Jackson was played by a longtime friend of mine, Marcus Hodges. Marcus has had a number of acting credits under his belt, and between his looks, his sense of humor, and his easygoing attitude, I figured he would be the perfect lead for my film. The music was the last addition in the film and was done by another college student that I knew by the name of Josh Dillard. As far as budget goes, this film generally cost me a bought lunch and a tank of gas. As most college students, I was poor and broke, but had all the necessary props within my apartment at the time. Despite my limited budget and time, I wanted to make this as ambitious as I could, so I filmed it in 2 locations, my apartment in Denton, and also in Oklahoma behind a video store. Well, the location worked, what can I say? I can only imagine what the customers were thinking as they saw 2 guys running around behind the video store leaping and doing all these stunts, but, well, that's movie making for you. As for filming the project, the equipment was mine. I had a video camera that could play VHS tapes on the fly, which sounds very primitive in today's standards, but for then it was perfect for instant editing. To show the filming limitations, my camera was an RCA DSP-3 camcorder with 12 times zoom and was made back in August of 1995. And while there's not much I can do with it in terms of modern filmmaking today, I do have a soft spot for the camera and I've just kept it in my archives. As far as presenting Sandwich the motion picture, I've gone back and forth on how to best present it. The film is 18 years old and was not shot on digital film. It's very rough, it's grainy, it has artifacts, it's just the nature of the time. But I did wisely digitize the film and uploaded it to a server just in case I ever decided to do something with it. While I would love to remaster it in the future and up the resolution, I went back and forth on what's the best thing to do with the music and the credits. The credits look very faded by today's standards, and music, while I like the overall theme, I would like to give it a little bit more of a punch. My feelings on special editions are hesitant at best, and if I ever do decide to follow that path, I want to make sure it's something that I can look back on and not instantly regret. I had a lot of fun with this film being one of my earliest projects, and you can also see a lot of the influences that inspired some of the creative choices I chose to make in this film. I've always been inspired by homages, parodies, references to films that have inspired me over the years, and hopefully you'll catch some of the in-jokes. Well, without further ado, I present to you the completely unedited Sandwich, the motion picture. Well, I hope you enjoyed one of my earliest creative projects, and for you aspiring filmmakers out there, whether you're doing something for a student film or just going out there and making online videos, you don't need a big budget. You just need some friends, a little bit of editing know-how, and have a good time with it. eBay? Movie props? I wonder how much I could get for that old sandwich.